Hello everybody. Sanbonani. Good morning. Goeiemorgen. Ekaro. I hope you're all doing well. It's a new day. I was in the shower this morning and I said it's a new day. And it felt so good to just remember that it's a new day. What is a new day? It's a new day for new opportunities. It's a new day to do over, to correct. It's a new day to show up as yourself. It's a new day to be authentic. It's a new day to be alive. It's a new day and we're healthy and we're here. There's so much to be grateful for. I know that we're going through a lot, but it's a new day. And that means that we've been given another opportunity to try again. We've been given another opportunity to do better. We've been given another opportunity to give it another try. Welcome to Godher. My name is Khudisang, and this is where we teach you how to manifest your gifts with courage and with boldness and without shame. I'm having my coffee. Listen, guys, I love coffee. Sometimes I wish I could have like 3 cups a day, but like it's unrealistic. I'm growing up, and I have to like limit myself to like 1 cup. It's not props, by the way, it's real coffee. Anyhow, today we're talking about how to get out of a negative slump. Practical steps. In our last video, I'll link it down below, we spoke about what do you do when you don't feel like doing the work, and I felt it was necessary to just bring in some practical steps on what do you do when you're in a negative slump. You know, guys, a negative slump can be caused by so many things, right? It can be caused by not taking care of yourself. It can be caused by discouragement. It can be caused by setbacks. It can be caused by situations that are absolutely beyond your control, like the pandemic. It is absolutely beyond our control. We didn't call it upon ourselves. We did not cause it, and you find yourself, even though you did not cause it, even though it's not your fault, you find yourself having to navigate your way around this terrain, this very difficult terrain. It's challenging times for everyone. So sometimes you can literally fall into a rut where you just really just don't have you don't have it in you to just carry on. You can wake up with a heavy thought of like, yo, how am I gonna pay my next bill? I've got a sick family member. I've just lost this. I've just lost that. How am I gonna do this? And that leads you down this negative rabbit hole where you just overthink everything, and it debilitates you from literally getting up and facing the day and showing up. So I felt it was necessary to come on here and just give some practical steps of what I do when I'm in a rut. And listen, it happens to all of us. Some days, especially now during these times, some days are really, really hard. And I think the first thing we have to do is acknowledge that, like, listen, today I'm not at my best. Today I'm going through a tough time. Today is a difficult day. Today is a challenging day, right? But having said that, remember that you always have to revert back to the truth. Remember that you always have to revert back to your affirmations. Yes, today is a challenging day, but let me remind myself, I am capable of, overcoming challenges. And you quickly switch it back up. You have to quickly learn how to navigate, how to speak, life to yourself, right? I find that sometimes we find ourselves in a rut because we are pouring from an empty cup. And that's the most important thing that I'll say, is that sometimes you find yourself so busy doing like a whole lot that you forget that it's crucial to keep pouring back. And when you're running on empty, you're gonna crash. And sometimes that's what causes the slump. Sometimes that's what causes us to fall into this rut. And for me, the first thing that I would advise, or the first thing that I do when I'm in a rut, is I grab my Bible, grab my journal, and I start seeking the face of God, because I realize that my cup is empty and I need to refill, I need to be refilled, I need to refuel, because we spend so much time pouring out and we forget the importance of being Mary and just sitting at the feet of Jesus and hearing. Remember, that's one of my favorite encounters in the Bible, when Martha said to Jesus, like, do you not care that she's not helping? I'm so busy and she's not helping. She's just sitting there at your feet. And Jesus says, hey, she's chosen the good part and it cannot be taken away from her. So sometimes we get so carried away, even with like kingdom stuff, we get so carried away that we forget that we have to find time to sit at the feet of the master and drink. We have to find time to sit at the feet of the master and be fed, so that you are able to pour out, rivers of living water can start flowing from you. And it's not going to happen if we don't know how to pause, to drink, and to eat. Number one thing, pray, study the word. When you're in a slump, when you're in a rut, when your mind is running away with you, when you find yourself in this negative atmosphere, pray, worship, study the word, right? That's the number one thing. Number two, self-care. Read the things that spark joy. The things that you love to do. Some people love to bake, like my sister. My sister loves to bake. She can literally bake for the whole day. That sparks her joy. When she's feeling down, when she's happy, she's baking and she's cooking and she's thinking up of the next thing to cook, right? That's her. When I'm feeling low, when I'm feeling sad, I'm on my sewing machine, I'm creating something. That's me. Or I'm painting my nails. I love painted nails. Yeah, I don't do like acrylics and stuff because I've got weak nails. But like, guys, I love colored nails. Navy, red, whatever. I've always loved painted nails. Anyway, that's a sidetrack. I'm just telling you the things that spark my joy. I'll read, things that inspire you, get back on those things. Whatever it is that sparks your joy, please do that. That's the number two thing. And the third thing that I would say is that, we've got the internet, the wonderful gift of internet. Use it. Find people that are manifesting, your similar gifts, like your similar type of gifts, and they're manifesting them well. And get inspired and watch how they do what they do. It will cause some sort of lift. It will uplift you in some way. Do that. Like, go on the internet, go on Instagram, and like it helps me a great deal when I see people in my industry killing it. When I see like textile designers that are like churning out work and they're succeeding at what they're doing. It inspires me to say, girl, you've got what it takes, rise up and do what you need to do. The final thing that I would say is that, you have to keep affirming. You have to keep affirming and you have to keep reminding yourself of who you are. You've got to remind yourself that you are not what you're going through. Guys, you've got to learn to detach your person from the trial and the challenge that you're going through. That is so important. It is so important. Remember, in my first video, I think I told you guys that I'm going to be very transparent because I want you to learn. I want you to look at my life and know that what you're going through is not peculiar. What you're going through is normal. You've got to learn to detach yourself from your failures. You've got to learn to detach yourself from challenging times. Ne? You are not what you're going through, right? There was a time, the financial situation was an entire mess. And I literally thought, I didn't have an understanding back then that money flows to me eagerly and with ease and freely. I didn't have an understanding that wealth does not mean having the money here right now, but wealth is a state of mind. And it was really, really tough. And I thought I carried this shame, and I literally thought that I was poor and I was what I was going through, and God had to give me a word, and God said, why are you bowed down? Because infirmity, when you remember the woman with the issue of the infirmity, the spirit of infirmity, the Bible says she was bowed down because of this infirmity. And I just want to tell you today, like, listen, lift up your head, lift up your head, because God is our shield and he's the lifter up of our head. Do not allow any situation to cause you to bow down. You are not what you're going through. You've got to learn to detach yourself from what you're going through. You've got to have an understanding. Understand that what you're going through is subject to change. What you are going through is not permanent. We're going through a pandemic right now. A lot of people have lost jobs. A lot of people's income has been affected negatively, but it's subject to change. It's not going to be like that forever. It's a season, and we've got to understand that seasons are not permanent. We're going through a very difficult winter right now, but you've got to keep remembering that it's going to pass. This too shall pass. I am not what I'm going through. I am not my financial situation. Don't even own it. Don't even be on some, I have financial problems, I have this sickness. Do not own negativity, because it's not who you are. Yes, the financial situation might be a bit challenging. You might be feeling sick, but you are not your sickness. Do not own negativity. I think if there's one thing that you take from this lesson today, is learn to detach yourself from what you're going through. You are not what you're going through. You might not have enough money right now, but it's subject to change. And it will change, and it will change for the better, because the Bible says that all things work together for good. You might not be able to see the good right now, but believe me, because God is always at work. He's always at the peak of his power, ever at the peak of his power. He does not slumber. He does not sleep. I want you to be encouraged today, and I want you to remember that it's a new day. And I want you to remember that even those negative slumps, even those ruts, they're always there to teach us something. Like I said earlier, it could be an indication that you've been running on empty and you're not spending enough time at the feet of the Master. It could be an indication that you're worn out and you need time to rest. It could be an indication that you've been feeding on the wrong things. So remember also, your diet is important. What you see, what you hear is important. So guard your eyes, guard your ears, guard your heart, right? It's very important. And I hope that you find the courage within yourself to manifest your gifts and to be proud of how God made you. I pray that you find the boldness within you to be your authentic self and to keep showing up as who you are, as your authentic self, because God did not make a mistake. You are you are wonderfully made, and the world deserves to partake of this masterpiece that God has made in you. I hope you learned one or two things today, and if you did, please drop a comment, share the video, and like, and remember to find us on IGTV, Godher, and please remember to subscribe. My name is Godher-Its, signing out from Godher. Thank you for tuning in today. I really, really appreciate you. Ciao!